Good evening, everyone. It is now Tuesday. Sorry. Today's Tuesday, September 26th, and the board meeting was called to order earlier at 5:15, with the board going directly into executive session under the following ORS 192.6602D to conduct deliberations with persons designated by the governing body to carry on labor negotiations. It is now 6:01, and we are reconvening our meeting with the public session, which tonight is a business session. We have Director Ashley Carson-Cottingham, Director Osvaldo Avila, Maria Hinojos Presi present this evening, and I believe the other board members will be joining us promptly. It is Director Hinojos Presi, would you mind opening us up with the land acknowledgements this evening?
I would love to, but I just put, thank you very much, Ashley. Board Secretary Ashley, not Director Ashley Carson-Cottingham. Okay, we are gathered today on the land of the Kalapuya, who are represented by the Confederated Tribes of the Grand Ronde and the Confederated Tribes of the Siletz Indians. The relationship between the Kalapuya people and this land continues unbroken to this day, and we offer gratitude for the land and for the generations present and past who have stewarded the land since time immemorial. We respectfully acknowledge and honor past, present, and future Native American and Indigenous students and staff of Salem-Keizer Public Schools. We invite you to join us in honoring these ancestral grounds and celebrating the resilience and strength of all Native American and Indigenous peoples.
Thank you. Go ahead and lead the Pledge of Allegiance with me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you all. Great to see a few faces, familiar faces. We have just a couple of agenda items this evening, so I'll actually go ahead and Superintendent Castañeda, do we have any agenda modifications this evening?
We do not.
I like that answer. Great. All right. So we'll go ahead and get started with dual language implementation update, and I'll go ahead and hand it over to Superintendent Castañeda to provide us with a brief update on what is going on in our district with dual language implementation. Thank you.
Absolutely. I am so happy to take the temporary honor of kicking this off, but we all know that the real owner of this is Olga Cobb. She'll be taking us through this really exciting work. When I was first learning about the district, this is the first thing I was reading about. I spent time in our dual language classrooms and with our leaders. I'm just really grateful, enthusiastic, and hopeful about this being one of the many ways that we can be a national proof point. And with that, and no further ado, I'm handing it over to Olga.
And while Deputy Superintendent Olga Cobb sets up a microphone, I just want to acknowledge that Director Richardson and Director Chandraguri have joined us this evening.
Wonderful. Well, maybe what we should do is... I
don't see Olga on Zoom yet.
Okay.
I'll try to track her down.
Okay, why don't you track her down and we'll jump in. I'll be a feeble replacement for Olga, but I will do my best. And I'm going to actually just really eagerly invite my colleagues to join in as we go. So let's jump in. So we're going to give you guys an overview of dual language implementation and also a little bit about our expansion work. So it'll be a two-part. And along the way, we're going to talk about why we think it is such a powerful tool for learning for all students who participate. And then we are super grateful to have three leaders with us, two building leaders. Oh, see, there's Olga. Two building leaders and then a recent building leader who are going to talk about their own dual language journeys and some of the things they've learned along the way. And with that, now I really am turning it over to Olga.
Hi, everyone, and sorry about that. Connection had me nervous, but I'm here. Okay, so good evening, Chair Guzman-Ortiz, board members, student advisors, and Superintendent Castañeda. I am pleased to bring you today an update on the implementation of our dual language program, but today I'm really excited to have 3 people that are doing the work in schools and making our plans really happen for our students and our communities. So before I hand you off to them, I want to start by sharing a few reminders on the philosophy of the program and our plans and the structures that we have put in place. So the slide that you have in front of you, thank you, Erin, has very important pieces of information that I want us to remember. The dual language program is a model of instruction where students learn literacy and content in 2 languages. In English, of course, and then in a target language. And for us, that language is Spanish. In Salem-Keizer, historically, we've had 3 elementary schools, 2 middle schools, and 2 high schools with dual language program for about 20 years, which was great. The thing is that it really provided limited access to a few families that were able to get through a lottery model. And then parents had to transport students. So we were very excited that we were giving access to a lot of students, but we were missing some families that really wanted the program. At that same time, for about 20 years, we've had a biliteracy program in about 20 Title I schools. And this model serves and does a really, really good job for our English learners that are learning in Spanish. We were bringing them in and teaching them English and Spanish at the same time. And our language learners really relied on this program for the literacy supports and resources and best practices. But again, it was leaving behind a group of the community who also wanted dual language. So when we started engaging in SIA conversations with the community, our community told us we want access for everyone. We want kids to just walk to their neighborhood schools and have, if they want to, access to a dual language program. So our goal is hefty and it takes a lot of work, but we are making it happen. The goal is to have 31 schools by the end of 2025 with dual language programs. And this means that anyone will have access to being bilingual and bicultural, biliterate in English and in Spanish. And all they have to do is just walk to their neighborhood school that offers it. This is about half of our schools, K-12. So it's pretty exciting. And then let us tell you a little bit more about the program. So next slide, please, Erin. So this graphic is something that if you have been in the board or if you have participated in one of our conversations, you have seen over and over. And the program has 3 very, very specific goals. And these are the 3 pillars, what we call the 3 pillars of dual language programs. The goals of the program, the structures of the program really centers around these 3 pillars. We want students to be bilingual and biliterate with high academic expectations and rigor in our instruction. Now, you know that the cognitive load for a student that is learning in 2 languages is really high, but we also need to remember that the exposure to 2 or more languages really provides cognitive flexibility, attention control, improved capacity for working memory, high problem-solving skills, excellent social skills. So this is something we tell families all the time. It will feel a little bit hard. It will feel harder in that 2nd grade level, and then we just stay at it, and the results are incredible. And then last but not least, that last column that you see in front of you is our goal for our students to be competent to successfully navigate different cultures. We have the gift of serving in Salem-Keizer about 110 languages last time we counted. And with that come incredible gifts that students bring into the classroom and that enrich the learning environment. So why dual language in Salem-Keizer? Well, because there's national and international studies that indicate that this is one of the best instructional models for all students, and that the results that they have collected over the years, and we have some early results in our district, show that students that are learning 2 languages and have great academic consistency in these languages perform as well or better than all other monolingual students in standardized assessments. And then for Oregon, it also increases our opportunity for students to gain the seal of biliteracy and also advanced placement for college credits. So we work very, very closely with Temecula and all of our higher ed partners in this endeavor. Next slide, please. Okay, so this slide shows you where we are with our expansion goals in 2020, 23, 24. You have about 15 elementary schools, 5 middle schools, and 4 high schools who have started or have had the program. And then those are all the different grade levels. The growth of the program requires a high investment of time for professional development, not only for our bilingual staff who speak English and Spanish, but also for our staff who speak English and want to learn Spanish. We have to tell you, and I hope our 3 leaders speak to you a little bit about that, the level of engagement and interest from our staff members who speak English only and want to learn Spanish, or our families who speak English at home, Marshallese at home, Russian at home, is really high. We want to open up more spaces, but it takes a lot of work to build the capacity in the system to get us to full implementation. So lots of teams that are working and figuring that out for us. Just to give you an example, in some of the investments, we have been working with Dual Language of New Mexico. They have helped us with latest research to structure what professional development looks like, what the implementation looks like at each of the grade levels. And also we are doing a great investment in teachers who speak English and want to learn Spanish. Just this summer, we had 25 teachers who spent 2 weeks in full immersion program in Spanish because they want to be bilingual and because we need them to join in the program and then continue with the growth and the goals of our program. This also it requires us to continue paying very close attention to our Grow Your Own programs that we've had in Salem-Keizer and that are also successful, because we need to continue building on the linguistic assets of our own students who want to become teachers in our district. We have all these diversity in our district and we want to continue preparing them to join the program. Next slide, please. This slide shows you the schools that are going to implement in 24-25. So 7 more elementary schools. There's a possibility of a middle school, and that will take us to about 31 schools. Like I said before, this work will not be possible without the commitment and the engagement of our families, of our teachers and staff in schools, of the level directors who help us with figuring out the resources and the professionals that need to be at each of the schools, the school principals, and then the curriculum team led by Robin Faro Romero, who is our multilingual coordinator and helps us with putting all of these together. I'm going to pass it now on to our 3 awesome people that are here today helping us, and then we'll open it up at the end for questions. So Cherise Cochrane, our principal from Keizer Elementary.
Thank you, Olga. Thank you, everybody, for giving us the opportunity and invitation to be here. I am just so excited. Could share about dual language all night, but I won't. Don't worry. I know we don't have that time. So just wanted to share a little bit. We just started our journey at Keizer with dual language last year. But like Olga was mentioning, Keizer has had, like many schools, a bilingual program for many years. So it was really a shift to increase access for more students and really a focus on including students who might have Spanish as a heritage language in their family and honoring that language and culture and bringing that in. So that's been really excited to see. We've already had families share that they're able to connect more with grandma or a tío, and they're just really enjoying seeing that in addition to all of the academic gains. So on the screen, you have our mission. It started in English, and above it's in Spanish, because those of you who are bilingual, you'll see it's not a direct translation. And that's because we worked with our students who were 4th and 5th graders last year, and they helped us really dig apart the translation and what they wanted it to say. And for them, it really matters that they added the juntos, because to them culturally, that's a huge piece of it. We don't just succeed on our own, we succeed together. And that's been really important and valuable for us as a school, because we've talked about with our staff that we are a dual school, and we really own that. So we have a dual program, but we are a dual school. This benefits really everybody, and we've seen that. So not only are students in classes becoming bilingual and learning 2 languages, but we have students in other classes who are already bilingual, and we maybe didn't even know, and they're sharing, oh, I also speak this language, and I know these words in Marshallese, and I can speak some Ukrainian, and they're just sharing that excitement with us, with their teachers, and with each other, and with their families. And so that's been really fun for us to see. And then next slide, please, Erin. So these are just some of our celebrations. What has been really crucial to our work is our Keizer Dual Language Equity team. That started last year, and it involved some parents. We even had a student representative, obviously teachers, licensed and classified, and we met together every month to really just talk about what we value in the program and how it's benefiting our students. And we always started with student celebrations. And again, that togetherness was really what we noticed. So a really strong sense of that comunidad, and not just within our classrooms and within our school, but it was really exciting. We extended our partnership and our journey and partnered with other elementary schools who were in the same place, just beginning their implementation. And so our teachers really benefited from that and really enjoyed and felt that they weren't doing this on their own, because our teachers have been doing this for a while. They're very skilled bilingual teachers, but it's a shift of the program model and the expectations and student participation. So they had to shift some of their instruction as well. And we've just seen really high levels of engagement, community interest. We had a kinder class of 32 students last year, and they were amazing. Obviously, that's a lot of students. So we actually doubled, and this year we have 2 first grade classrooms, so that we were welcoming any families who weren't able to access it because of the large numbers last year. Everyone who wanted to was able to join and have their students participate as first graders. And then we also have 2 kindergarten classrooms. So that's been our biggest excitement, is just seeing the program literally double before our eyes. And again, the support that we've had, not just from our community and of course our students, but all of our staff. We have some staff members who have their students in the program at our school or at other schools. We have others who talk about a nephew or a niece who's learning more Spanish at another school or is losing it, and they wish that their loved one had this opportunity to participate in dual like our children do. So we're just really excited about it. We're excited to continue growing our program, continue supporting our teachers. And another fun celebration, just a shout out to a middle school, because I know that's where we're going next, is last year our 5th graders in the bilingual program and in our ESOL or English classes were able to take a test only if they were interested and demonstrate the Spanish ability that they had. And we had many students that were not in our bilingual program that were able to demonstrate their Spanish bilingual skills and enter dual language at Claggett Creek. So we were really excited for them. And again, just showing that these students have these skills that even without us nurturing them in the classroom, just their families nurturing and supporting them, they were still biliterate. And it's not just speaking, they were able to read and write in a second language or potentially in their first language. And we're just honoring that so much more as a district. So it's really exciting to see the growth, and I'm excited to be a part of it. So thank you guys.
All right, looks like I am up. Buenas tardes. Good evening. My name is Ingrid Ceballos. I am the principal, la directora at Waldo Middle School this year. I came on board last year as dual language was being implemented at Waldo, so I was able to start the program. But Tricia Nelson from before was also an advocate for the program, and I appreciate that, and letting her then allow me to continue the work that she started. And so last year we only had dual language classes for our sixth graders. And so we're scaling up the program as we go every year. But really last year, our priority was focusing on the cultural competency and not only understanding the histories of the families whose students are in the program, but our school in general. We want Waldo to be a place where global citizenship can be fostered and grown. Students from Waldo and the Newcomer Center represent cultures from around the world. I met with our Newcomer Center IM just yesterday, and we talked about all the languages. And I believe we're at like 32 languages that are represented just at Waldo. And so here I have shared pictures of Waldo, and hopefully to be able to share the story, how we are creating spaces for students to share their culture so that the Waldo community can learn and celebrate from our students. And I'll start just kind of a little story for each picture. The picture, I guess it would be your top right, where we have a family very proudly taking pictures of their student's story. And so this is, I'm going to get emotional. I happened to capture this moment. It was during our multicultural event, and the family came in. The students from the island of Chuuk, and we created the safe space for students to share their journey as they're transitioning to a new country and a new school and navigating the U.S. school system. I'm sorry, I'm a sap, but I love my kiddos. And so as the family came in, they saw their students' work, and they all took their phones out and snapped a picture. And I was able to capture that moment. So. And I'm sharing it with you guys here now. Below that, we have our students from the Pacific Islander Club, our girls. One of our classified staff comes from the island of Chuuk as well, and she helped lead our first Pacific Islander Club last year, and they practiced a traditional dance to their culture and then presented it at our multicultural event. And then I'll skip the middle one right now because I want to end with that one. But the one we see one of our students with the petate, and they were making, oh my goodness, pinole, just grounding up the maize, and so showing just the Mexican indigenous tradition to our community. And as we think about not only cultures and traditions, we also need to think about expanding what we consider academic excellence or academic achievement. And every month I have the honor of taking students to Rotary Club of East Salem and presenting to students, and they're honored for their achievements. And these are two students from our Newcomer Center. And I wanted to make sure that they are highlighted for their achievements and the challenges that they are overcoming. They're not what we typically think of as academics or looking at grades, GPA. They have other challenges and barriers that they're overcoming, and they're achieving and succeeding in other ways. And we want to broaden that to make sure that we're encompassing all student achievement, not just what we traditionally look at when we think about student achievement. And then we can go to the next slide, Erin. And so this is what dual language looks like for Waldo this year. We have ELA at 6th and 7th grade. At 6th grade, we have 126 students. So we are definitely growing our program compared to last year, or our current cohort for 7th graders who would have been, who are in the second year, 67. So we've just about doubled our program. And so we can offer, for 6th and 7th graders, we can offer ELA, math, and social studies. One of the challenges we find in a middle school schedule is that if students have AVID or band or music, there sometimes is a conflict. And so we work with the students and the families, try to see if we can offer at least one of the courses from the dual language package that we call. And a lot of times we're able to make that work. In addition to that, this year, as we were thinking about our schedule and creating an on-ramp for other students that wouldn't have Spanish as a language that they can they speak or proficiently to be able to be part of our dual language program, we saw that we were able to offer one of our electives from our teacher that teaches dual language. She had an elective, and as we were thinking about what that could be, we said, okay, let's put it out there and see if we can offer Spanish 1 for our 8th graders. And over the summer, I sent out a parent square, and I asked parents and students, hey, we have the opportunity for this elective, would you be interested? And I haven't had parents reply to my parent square as fast as I did for this one. I had maybe 6 or 7 parents that said, yes, please sign my student up. I had students reaching out as well, and also students that weren't in the dual language program saying, can I join, in this class, even though I speak Spanish? And so unfortunately I had to say no, because it's Spanish 1, and for them that would have been too easy. But as we were nearing the beginning of the year, we didn't have enough students. So I put out another parent square to our families that were interested. And I said, I'm just afraid, I'm not sure yet, but it looks like we may not have enough numbers to be able to offer this class. I think we were like at 9 in late August, and immediately parents were like, please don't, and pleading for me to just give it a chance. They knew that we were going to have the numbers as soon as we started the school year, and they spread the word, and they were able to get, oh, my son's friend, also wants to be in the class. This is the name. I've talked to the parent. They don't have access to Parent Square. So they were also growing the program or at least the class numbers for this year. So I'm happy to report to you guys that we do have a Spanish 1 for 8th graders, and then they will have the opportunity to test and get language credit for high school. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you for allowing all of us to speak today about this amazing program. I'm going to speak to you wearing 2 different hats. I have 2 slides, and the first slide is talking to you as the former principal at McNairy High School. And then the second hat that I'll have with our next slide will be talking about what I hope to do in my new role as the Director of Curriculum and Instruction. So our journey at McNairy really kind of began for dual language in 2021. I had the opportunity to attend a conference in New Mexico and to learn a little bit more about dual language. And I went into that conference with a pretty open mind. As a parent, my daughter got to experience dual language with Charisse, who taught her in elementary school and did a great job. And so I got to see it 11 years ago and the impact that it had on our family. But as a principal, I also saw that it had a great potential for us. And it begins with, I don't know if I heard this exact phrase today, but certainly we all agree that bilingualism is an asset. And for a long time, the first several years that I was a principal at McNairy, I'm not sure if it was really felt as an asset. It was really more about just making sure that our students all learn English without recognizing the fact that if they have multiple languages, that's something that's good. And I think dual language really brings that out in a big way. And I also believe, and as does our staff, that students deserve the opportunity at the high school level, at all levels, to access rigorous core content. Before we had dual language, students that were learning English as a second language were not seeing those rigorous courses. They weren't getting access to them, whether it being a language barrier or because they were in pull-out classes. We weren't meeting our objective. With dual language, it's a highway to accessing rigorous content. Our mission statement, if you can click one time, Aaron, our mission statement has always been bold enough to be the best, educating, nurturing, and inspiring. And when we as a team were talking about bringing dual language on, we went back to our mission statement, being bold and being the best at educating and nurturing and inspiring. And just like what Ingrid said about bringing on a new class, we had the same experience. We had overwhelming support from our families and from students that knew that we were considering doing dual language, and they were begging for it. In fact, we had some students that were rising sophomores, juniors, and seniors that were actually a little upset with us because we started too late for them. I will say that some of those students are experiencing dual language this year in our first year, but that last bullet point I think is important to note. The experience that Charisse is experiencing at the base level in elementary and the experience that Ingrid's having at the middle school level is a little different than what McNairy has gone through this year, which is our first year of launching. We spent 18 years thinking about how do we start a dual language program at a high school without the infrastructure K through 8. and it's happening, and it's going to look different probably in 5 years than it does now. But the reality is we are having students that are experiencing core content in their language, and that it's amazing. It's exciting work. I'm so proud of our staff, and I'm so happy for our students and our community that is happening. So there isn't necessarily going to be a perfect model as we onboard this with 31 schools. We're going to have to see what our reality is, but the fact of the matter is that this is good for kids, it's good for our community, and it's going to move the dial. Aaron, could you move to the next slide? So I didn't put a lot of words in this second slide because you've already heard so many important things about this program. Hopefully you hear about the passion from our panel talking about dual language. So I thought I would have two symbols to kind of wrap things up. The first one on my left is a brain. And, you know, what that symbolizes is the fact that there is all kinds of research out there. And Olga talked about this at the opener, that it really does, being bilingual stretches the mind. It helps with executive function, helps with working memory, plenty of study that's out there. So as an educator, as someone who is now in this role as the director of curriculum and instruction, from a data standpoint, this makes all the sense in the world. This is going to help our kids tremendously. We have our 5 key performance indicators about 9th grade on track and 4-year graduation, and this helps with that. But it also helps on the other side with another indicator, which is our sense of belonging, the heart. You know, doing this because it is the right thing for our kids. It is bringing us together. It does bring our student body together and our staff and our community together. It is the right thing to do. So it's really 2 wonderful things that are coming together with this one program. You know, if by us having dual language programs, we are helping them academically, but we're also bringing our groups of our students together. And in my role as the director of curriculum and instruction, you know, I'm excited about working with some amazing people in our department. Robin, as an example, as a coordinator, has done a tremendous job of working with both of our elementary and secondary schools. We also have a team of other staff members that work in our department, just helping, thinking through problem solving as we work on expanding this. I'm excited about going into classrooms, talking to kids, talking to teachers, and really understanding what we can do to support them in this endeavor. This is a great thing that we're doing, and I'm really proud of everyone for their efforts. So thank you so much for listening to us today.
Thank you so much, team. And Director Guzman Ortiz, Board Chair Guzman Ortiz, if you want to entertain questions, we will be happy to stick around and answer some questions.
Thank you so much. I just want to say thanks everyone for sharing and slides and the emotions. All of that is welcome, and I think just well received and honestly appreciated, because it tells us that caring people are caring for children and families. So it's just heartwarming. Questions from the board. Director Chandragiri.
Thank you very much, Chair. Thank you, Director Jesperson, Principal Cochrane, and Cabellos. Listening to you brings tears to me because, you know, I learned English at age 12. I didn't know how to speak English back in India. I mean, a lot of immigrant communities don't know how to speak, so we use our children to translate for us so that we can. So we all want to be understood and also understand. So, you know, when you come to, so that is one beautiful part of this program. We all want our children to excel, become doctors, engineers, leaders, etc. For communities to develop agency, language is important. Without language, we are like lost souls, and we have to depend on somebody to translate it for us. That has its own challenges. I'm not going to go. So I saw, you know, whether it is seeking healthcare, in my profession, if you don't use language, we could have people dying because they couldn't explain their symptoms properly. or in educational field or healthcare field. And this model that you have started, make it reachable where lots of our immigrant communities live, has kind of leveled the playing field. To me, this is a core equity in the sense that we want to talk about it. It's also social justice because it's a matter of their civil rights, that they have a right to succeed in this country and avail all the opportunities and become contributing citizens. So in the short run, yes, they're going to be doing extremely well, but in the long run, it's good for our country. And, recently we had a G20 summit where the theme was one earth, one family, one future. Like even President Biden went to that, right? So I really think taking this approach will help. The state of Utah has actually have a Utah model. The entire state has passed the legislature saying this is the standard. Washington State years ago, 2-3 years ago, they passed for the thing. I hope Salem-Keizer, along with say Woodburn and other districts, the big districts, and we have some members in the OSBA and Legislative and Policy Committee, we can really take it up and see if our entire state can pass this as a standard. And my hope is in future, there can be some dedicated funding that literally follows this program so that from elementary to high school, because when we get the revenue, but the funding also follows the program so that you can have fidelity to developing this program and getting the teachers bilingually certified and all the other pieces that come with it. So that's my hope. And this has to continue. So hopefully there is STEM program around bilingual STEM program or dual language STEM program or AI tech, things like that. So that is like the 2.0 version is what I'm hoping. So thank you very much for good work you all have done.
Thank you. Director Hinojosa Perez, you have your hand up as well.
Thank you, Chair Guzman Ortiz. So I was just wondering, just so we could also like make it explicit, because I don't know if I missed something, but I was looking at how we've got currently 15 kindergarten programs, and then it kind of gets a little bit smaller. We've got 9 that are supporting first grade, and then 7 that are supporting second grade, and then 3 that have like the third and the fourth. So I know that we're planning on adding additional elementaries next year, but what does the rollout look like for the current schools and the additional school years?
I can speak to McNary since that was one of my slides, and I didn't get into it when I presented. And I wonder if this is probably going to be similar with other schools. So at McNary this year, it's 9th grade for language arts and for social studies. And then there are already 2 teachers that are in the queue, so to speak, that will be, they're kind of taking this year to plan. I mean, they're teaching, but they're taking this year to plan with the idea that next year there'll be a sophomore level language arts class and a sophomore level social studies class. And then I'm not sure what the plan is 1 year beyond that, because I'm not the principal there anymore. But, theoretically, the idea is to really provide 4 years. And then I think another factor you need to look at is also who's on your staff. And so there might be one high school, as an example, that has someone that's bilingual that teaches math. And so that might be the logical, obvious route for that school. And then it might be different at a different school. So it is that mix of really having a good plan for your curriculum. And it's also understanding who's in your building and who do you go out and recruit to come into your building.
And I can speak to the elementary if you'd like me to. Olga's nodding. Okay. So for elementary, since we've had the bilingual programs, we actually already have phenomenal bilingual teachers right now. So like at Keizer, we have a K-5 bilingual program, and we have for years. Just what's changing is the program model. So we're increasing access. So like last year we had to have a 4th and 5th grade bilingual split because we just didn't have, or a blend. We didn't have enough students to have 2 classrooms. But next year, like our staff are already talking about, oh, well, when I get to be dual or when they come to me, like that's already a conversation. So the second grade teacher was a bilingual second grade teacher last year. She just was teaching in the transitional bilingual program and didn't have students who didn't already come in with Spanish as their first language or as emergent simultaneous bilinguals. So next year, she'll have more and more students that are just learning Spanish. And then the same within the next year, those kiddos go on to third grade and fourth grade. And so I hope that helps answer. At the elementary level, most of us already have a bilingual program. We're just changing the model and increasing access. And so we already have the phenomenal teachers in-house. And it's just that training year and getting ready. And they're connecting with their colleagues like, oh, what are you noticing? And how is this going? Because it is a change. They're used to teaching a group of students who all know Spanish and teaching them in Spanish. And now we're teaching a group of students who are diverse and fabulous in their different needs. And so they're needing to learn, okay, I can't use this exact same strategy because 12 of my kids are blinking at me and saying, I've never heard any Spanish spoken before today. So it's just a little bit more of a training for our teachers, but we already have the teachers in our staff.
Yeah,
I can speak a little. Oh, sorry.
Oh no, I love to keep hearing from it. I just like this is
Mhm.
helping make all the connections.
So for us, we a little bit of what Eric said as we're growing our program and scaling up next year. I'm hiring also for next year with that lens, and so as I'm interviewing potential candidates, if they are bilingual and can support us this year, knowing that next year they may not be supporting us in a bilingual program or a dual language program, but knowing that next year we can tap into their language skills to be able to do so. But this year also we are also very fortunate to have 2 binational teachers from Guadalajara join our staff, and so that was one way that we could grow our program, because otherwise it was going to be very hard to be able to do that with not having a lot of bilingual teachers like elementary. They're a little bit more scarce at the secondary level, but thankfully we were able to get 2 teachers from Mexico join our staff this year, so that has helped as well.
Thank you. Kind of a follow-up to that question from Director Hinojosa-Presti. So what I'm hearing is that it is almost like a school by school strategy, and so some of the school leadership is taking the initiative on, who is filling, because there's a lot of organizing, right? And just coordinating and classes and whatnot. So is that the overall strategy? I know in the past we've seen, carve outs or just like some rough plans of what the rollout might be, but I don't know if or who can speak to that portion of, are we looking at this as a district-wide strategy, or are we leaning heavily on our building administrators, and maybe it's both?
We have a very intentional plan to support the growth of the program in each of the schools. We need the principals to be thinking strategically about who they have, how do they grow the next grade level, do they need to double up in the next grade level, but they will always have the backup from Eric and his team. He has Robin Farouk Romero, who we have mentioned a couple times, and then 2 amazing program associates that sit with the principals and help them think through who do you need and start planning now for next year so we can continue implementing successfully. And Eric, I know you unmuted. I don't know if you want to add something to that.
Yeah, actually, I forgot I was unmuted, but I do want to add something to that. And I think in my role, it is sort of unique to speak to this, because last spring I was a principal receiving support from Robin and Monique, and this year I'm working with them. And Olga's exactly right. I mean, it is a marriage of 2 things. I mean, the building principals do need to be strategic with their staffing and their master schedule. And our department needs to support them and be sense makers for them. The reality, though, is I can't imagine a principal not looking at the potential and just in terms of student achievement alone and not want to carve out ways to make this happen. I mean, it just like that brain and heart icons I was showing, it feels good because it is good for kids. It does build community, But from an academic standpoint, it is going to help if at a high school level, help with attendance, help with ninth grade on track, help with four-year graduation cohorts, help with sense of belonging. So it's both. It's a stew of building principles, seeing the vision, and our department helping and support them.
Thank you. Dr. Chandra-Curious, you have your hand up.
Yeah, thank you very much. It's almost like if you build, they will come. I was in the Hallman neighborhood picnic, and I saw the excitement and smile in pretty much anybody and everybody I saw, whether it was little kids or parents and grandparents. Tell us a little bit about how families and parents can get to involved, either volunteering or join the thing, because we really want to tap into hopefully both Spanish and monolingual English, and perhaps other languages speakers who will benefit from this bilingual, let's say. So what are some of the ways in which we directors can help, and what are the steps being taken to involve parents at every level of this program expansion and development?
I'll start, and principals can help me. When we start developing the first steps of implementation in each of the schools, the parent engagement is very, very intentional. We call families in, we tell them about the program, we tell them about the research, we tell them about the outcomes, we show them data of the student population in the school, and then once parents start hearing what these means for their students, they just sign up. We've had great interest, like they've all shared from our community and our families. And then we keep communicating with them, because like I shared at the very beginning, the cognitive load, the lifting that students have to do is heavy, because they're learning two languages. That's not easy. It gets easier with time, but at the beginning, there's a struggle. And sometimes families call principals and they say, hey, it's second grade, we tried, but I think it's getting too hard. And that's when principals and teachers will tell them, no, stay with us, and you'll see it through. So we start with very intentional parental communication, and then we stay with them throughout their journey in our K-12 system.
You could comment a little bit on, say, I don't speak Spanish. Let's say if I had little children, I speak about 5 languages. So how can you engage somebody who don't speak Spanish, but their children may be coming to our neighborhood school, and they can also benefit by Spanish and English? It doesn't hurt anybody by learning one new language. So how will you engage someone who is not monolingual English speaking, but some other, say, Chukis or Tamil or Hindi or Chinese, and also monolingual English speaking? How can we, what kind of messaging, what we all can do, what board directors can do, how do we reach out to them?
Well, I'll speak a little bit to that. It's a great question. I'm the only one that presented today that is monolingual. And so I experienced that as a parent. I don't know Spanish. I'd like to know Spanish. In fact, Olga, you need to get me on that trip so I can learn it. So it is. I don't know. I mean, it's a little. I don't know if I have a really good educated answer for you, a scientific answer for that, other than to say that my wife and I are involved parents, and we wanted our children to do well in school. But yeah, there are lots of lessons where I was sort of helping my daughter, but she knew a lot more than I did. But we got through it together. That is the unscientific answer to that question. Maybe Charisse or Ingrid would like to add to that.
I don't know if it's more scientific, but just teachers do a really fantastic job of communicating with parents, because that's one of the first questions they ask. And honestly, it's something we address, especially for like our incoming kinder parents, when we have kinder like orientations, and when we're talking about what does kindergarten look like and what is dual language and what are these options. it's a lot about parent involvement. So like one simple thing, just like Parent Square goes out in multiple languages, we always still send the information to families in multiple languages. So even though we might be strict to the students and say, oh, nope, we're teaching you in Spanish, we're going to give you visuals and we're going to act it out and mime and help you understand, but we're going to stick to the target language of Spanish, we're not going to do that to our parents, right? So conferences are going to be in the language that the parent understands, use translation as needed. Family events, engagement opportunities, and some of the beauty I think in it is watching students help, like watching them say, no, mom, that's not how you say it. And they're rolling their eyes at their parent and they're a second grader and they've already just learned so much Spanish. And the amount that they learn and understand so quickly, I think we underestimate. So already right now, I have kindergartners that are in like their second week of school, right? They're understanding what's being said to them in Spanish. They can't quite produce the language yet. They're responding in English still, but they're doing what their teacher is asking. They're listening, they're counting, and they're counting along and practicing. And they might only know every other number, but those are just ways parents can help. Just reading to your child in whatever is your native language is still always helpful. We even talk about watch a show and switch their favorite Disney show into Spanish. There's just lots of simple ways, and our teachers do a really good job of sharing that with parents because that's a pretty common concern. How will I help my child if they're struggling?
And I would just add that yes, our teachers are really great recruiters, and so they're communicating, at least at the middle school level, there's more flexibility in terms of moving students into that path. If they see a student that they have them in a different class or in an English language arts, for example, and they see that the student is bilingual, Spanish speaking, strong foundation, then they'll start reaching out to parents and say, hey, we have this separate pathway as well. We also have students that are refugee students that are coming to us, but they have spent time in, for example, we have a Ukrainian student that spent a few years in Spain and so learned Spanish. And so that student, when they came to us, we enrolled them in the dual language program because they could navigate the Spanish language and then help develop the English as they continue with our program. So there is, I think you can help us with recruitment. Spanish one, for example, that's an example that we're trying to create another on-ramp for those students that are monolingual, that maybe do speak another language but are interested in joining and learning Spanish. But we need to have the staffing, and so if we could have more bilingual staff, that we can just further grow the programs for all our students, not just for our students that already have Spanish as a foundation as a L1.
Thank you. Director Hudson, I saw a hand, and then Director Richardson. Thank you. Director Hudson, if you're speaking, your mic is muted.
You're right. Thank you all so very much for your input. It's helped a lot. I've had several questions over this discussion. So I'm going to try to sum them all up here. It sounds like one of my questions was, with the creation and rollout of this, it sounds like it's right now it's all Spanish. Is that correct? Or is part of their bilingual existence that we have for our district incorporate other languages at this point? Is there a time in the future where we have planned to start focusing on other languages as well? I'll let somebody answer that, and then if you don't mind.
Yes. Right now it is Spanish, English. Those are the languages we have. We hope at one point we can grow to other languages, but right now, because of the population and because the opportunity we had with the staff that we have, and with the model that we currently have, it was the one that was just an opportunity to start it and help it grow in the way that we're growing it. But sky's the limit. We would love to add more languages in the future.
Thank you, Olga. That's good to hear, because you had talked about, Ingrid, the recruitment and such, and the focus on bilingual. So it sounds like you're willing to open that door to folks that do speak other languages outside of Spanish, so that they can incorporate and help grow this more widespread to reach more students and meet that curriculum raise level and such sooner, it sounds like. I don't know, Ingrid,
yes.
you were thinking, and Olga, to you too.
And can I clarify something? with the program, we have students that have Spanish at home as their native language. We have students who speak English at home as their native language or as their home language. And we also have students who speak any other languages. What this program opens up is the opportunity to have any student come in and learn both English and Spanish. At this time, those are the target languages, but in the future, we hope to do the same, more languages with the same intention that we're doing these two.
Good. Yeah. Like you said, maybe with a focus next year on some other languages coming in and maybe getting hired on with the staff and such. Thank you. So I was also curious around this with the curriculum. So is it 100%, it sounds like, in Spanish in these classes, or is it half and half? Do we know? Eric, you, Olga?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, so
Eric.
Oh, go ahead, Olga. So at the elementary level, it starts at a 90-10 ratio, and it starts at 90-10, then goes to 80-20, then 60-40, then 50-50. And then from that point forward, after the fifth grade, it's 50-50. At our school, that bottom bullet point was build the plane as we fly it. And that what's meant by that is until we get a little bit more capacity with the students that are, for example, going to Keizer Elementary School, to Clay Creek Middle School, and then up to McNary, there's a little bit of a transition there because we are building the plane as we fly it. So those classes will primarily be in Spanish to have kids access language arts and social studies, but that's not the long-term plan. That's our plan to get us up and going. The line that I used was if I waited for dual language to get up to McNary High School, I'll be retired by the time we get started. So we wanted to get our foot on the ground. But yeah, the plan is 90-10, and then you incrementally go up to until it's 50-50.
Okay, 50-50 to fourth grade. And then it sounds like, I may, sorry, be misinterpreting this, but then after fourth grade, as they get older, we're again incorporating more Spanish again, or whatever language it may be, hopefully, that we have some. So we start out 90 Spanish is what you meant by 90-10, right? In kindergarten, that's what I observed in the kindergarten class as well. So, or mostly Spanish, whichever. So yeah, so after fourth grade, are we going back from 50-50 up to more percentage? You're saying Spanish, right? Currently, is that what you meant when you said that?
No, it's 50-50 after.
Oh, just
once
the
you
rest.
Get to 50, yeah, then it's two-way dual language.
Through senior. Okay, got it. Thank you. All right. I'll let you, thanks all of you for your answering, and thank you, Director Richardson, for your patience. I'll let you take the floor. Sorry.
Good evening, everyone. I can't tell you how elated I am that we are expanding the dual language program. It is very much needed. I'm just going to give you a quick testimony from one of my sons who is a graduate of Salem-Keizer Public Schools. He works for Delta Airlines, and he tells me consistently, Mom, it's an injustice that we didn't learn more language when we were in high school. He didn't take advantage of the opportunity he had. Every student is required to take 2 years of a foreign language, and we even offer the third and fourth year for those students when we have enough of them to have those languages. But when he interviewed for Delta Airlines, he says, Mom, every student that interviewed could speak 3 or 4 languages. And here I am, I could only speak 1. So we are doing great things in Salem-Keizer, and I'm glad to see that we are continuing to expand the program. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Director Richardson. I think that is just a beautiful way to put it for us this evening. I want to be respectful also of our time and just appreciate the principals who are here with us this evening. I just, have to make a special shout out for Principal Ceballos. You showed that picture of like the Chiquis club, and I was just really warmed my heart. I attended Waldo Middle School, and I know the demographics there haven't had our Asian Pacific community and Hawaiian community there for many years. So that was very about time for one thing. And more than anything, honestly, I think just thanks for all of the work that you continue to do and for the partnership with families in your schools. That is one important piece. So I'm excited to continue to watch this, and I hope that as leaders, building leaders, that for us as a board, this work is really important, and that we're committed to supporting and holding on to dual language. And the idea of expanding it is, to us, I think, really just invigorating, and knowing that we can have a community of multilingual students, right, that expands broad and wide. So thank you for that. I don't know if there was anything else that Deputy Superintendent Cobb, you wanted to say to close us off.
Last thing to close us off is that it also is a very proud point for Salem-Keizer. We are being invited to different conferences at the national level to present. We're going in November to La Cosecha, which is the most important conference for dual language, because of these really a hefty goal that we created for our community, that our parents asked for, that our teachers and staff are supporting, and that our principals are making happen. So just 31 schools in 3 years, it's a pretty incredible goal. And so I just want to close with a celebration of the amazing staff that we have, the incredible leaders that are making it happen, and the great leadership that Robin and Eric and Teresa Tolento, before she retired, brought into our district. And so thank you all. And you guys did such a good job. I'm so proud. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. We will go ahead and keep us moving here this evening. We have a budget update is the next item on our agenda, which feels very different than what we just had a moment to experience. I would love for us to just kind of take in, the celebration of education and just families and language. And this is the work that we are here to do, right? And it comes with its challenges. So Superintendent Castañeda, you have the difficult job this evening of giving us a budget update, but thank you so much for this timely.
Absolutely. I too want to linger in the dual language, and in fact, I will for one moment. And to Deputy Superintendent Cobb's shout outs, I'm also going to add a shout out to all of our young learners who are learning two languages, and that takes a little extra courage. I've been in these classrooms, and I know that sometimes on both sides they have to rally for the days where they're in a setting where the language is new and unfamiliar. So big snaps to our young learners who are doing hard and important things every day. Okay, it's true, this is an abrupt transition, but it is also an important transition. The budget update is a carrier for so many things that matter in our district. Dual language is just one of dozens and dozens of points of excellence. And tonight I want to spend some time giving our first detailed update in the new school year, and maybe in some ways the most detailed update since the spring about our current budget and a forecast into next year's budget. So tonight I'm going to do that by covering 3 topics that are all kind of interrelated or connected to budgeting. The first is going to be a quick overview of our request for mediation today, and I'll talk more about what we did and why we did it. I'm also going to talk about the projections for this in next year, and then I'll close out with some information about what's going to happen next with our budget. Before I jump in, I do want to just pause because this is such an important topic, and I want to share a personal reflection about it. There is not a single person, I believe, in this entire team, our team or the board, who isn't paying super close attention to both the needs of our staff and the fiscal reality of our district. And that is such an important and delicate balance. And as I share the information tonight, I just want to start by expressing the degree to which and I know we all are just completely committed to getting this right. There are a lot of decisions to make, and each one of them matter. So we're going to string together the best, most transparent, best communicated decisions that we know how starting with some information about our budget, but ending in the spring with final contracts and that are all approved and ratified and balanced budgets and plans for the next school year. This is not just our convictions, it's also our responsibility, and we're here for it. So let's talk a little bit about some of the things that are likely to be a little bit challenging as we work through the coming months. First, I want to talk a little bit about today's decision on the part of the district to request mediation support for our bargaining with our licensed association. So that is the Salem-Keizer Education Association. Today, we requested the support of a state mediator to help us make progress in resolving and reaching a fair, competitive, and financially sustainable contract. I know we can do it. I know that there is a balancing point. I know that our association partners are looking for that balancing point too. And we're going to do the work that is required in order to find it. Mediation is not separate from bargaining. It's actually a kind of a different form of bargaining. It just moves it into a different format. And we think it's important to do now because we want to make sure that we're making some headway against especially the financial gap between our two offers. Right now, that's about a $54 million gap. And I'm talking about the mediation request here because it actually is connected very much to the realities of our budget. We can find the balancing point, and it is going to have to be responsive to the fact that we all agree that educators and staff need a raise, but we also have to be responsive to the fact that we have an anticipated $38 million minimum budget deficit for next school year. So these are the things we're holding in balance. And I'm sure we're going to find an agreement. We're going to use the mediation process. We're going to rely on our relationships. We're going to bring information. We're going to share. We're going to listen. And I'm sure there's success at the end of this process for us. Okay, so that is the first chapter, which is an update about mediation and why it's connected to the budget. It's connected to the budget because I really want to make sure that we're clear with the public, we're clear with all of our partners, everyone who's watching, and clear with the board about the realities of our budget. We can find a way to balance this budget, but it is going to require some hard trade-offs. So if you could advance the slide to the next slide. We're going to start with this graph, and we're going to start with this one because everybody has seen this a number of times. This was first presented back in the spring. We looked at it again in August, and I would just want to do a quick refresher on some of the key points that we can see in this. So first, this chart is just about our general fund, but that is our largest and most important funding source. So what we can see here is that we've got an orange line that tracks our expenses against our approved budget. The blue line is the line that shows how much money we're bringing in through the general fund. And then the black line shows our ending fund balance. I'm going to cut to the chase and tell this story in a very short way here. In the 21-22 school year, we started spending more than we were bringing in. And that trend has just continued over the following years. You can see that the black line is actually how we're actually closing our budget each year. So we're spending down our ending fund balance to make up for that gap. And you can see that by the 24-25 school year, we will not have an ending fund balance to do that anymore. We will largely exhaust our ending fund balance as a solution to our spending and expense problems over the course of this year. Before we move on, I want to tell you a couple of things that really matter about this chart because we're going to look at a different version in a minute. The first is, if we look closely at that orange line, there are some forces that act on that line. And some of them make our situation less serious, and some of them might make our situation more serious. Over the last 2 months, our team has been working really hard to tighten up all of our budgeting, our budget process, and all of our assumptions. We are trying to eliminate all reasonable error from our estimates. And there is a really simple and important reason for that. When times are good, conservative budgeting and error tends to work in an organization's favor because it means you save money that you didn't plan on. And every year, your reserves grow a little bit. But when times are hard, that same approach to budgeting can accidentally cause an organization to cut deeper than they needed to. And so that's why we're getting super, super accurate on how much we're spending. We are not going to spend the full amount that was approved. No organization almost ever does. We're going to spend less, and mostly that's because we have vacancies. And every time there's a vacant position, we save a little bit of money. So if you add up all of those savings over the year and add up all of our attempts right now to be more thrifty in our approach to managing our school system, that's going to force that orange line down a little bit. And that's good because it makes our gap lower. But there's another force that we do need to talk about, which is that there are things that can drive that line up at the same time. And the biggest one is increasing staff pay. This orange line is right now based on a 2.5% across the board raise, the one you're looking at right here. And we've already offered more than that. So even though we're doing a better job of budgeting and it's forcing the line down, we're also committing to more expenses, and that's forcing the line back up. That movement of that line is really important because it's the only line that we can move. We can't change our revenue right now. That blue line is what it is. So what's within our power is to move that orange line. And that is our responsibility. So with that, what I want to do is, in 1 minute, we're going to look at an updated graph. And we'll walk through that updated graph because it shows a number of changes that are underway and paints a new picture of what this and next year's budget truly look like. So Ashley, can I please ask you to advance that slide? Okay, so this is the updated version. I want to tell you a few of the things that are different in it because they matter. The first is that we've added ESSER to this slide. And we've done that because we have about $23 million, mostly in staff, in the federal COVID relief money that we only have through this year, which means we need a new home for it. So those expenses are now reflected in this graph. They have to be because there really is not another place to put those expenses. The second thing about this graph, the orange line, is that we've forced that orange line down as much as we can by counting on savings, accounting for them ahead of time, and eliminating the expenses that we can at this point in our budget responsibly eliminate. The third thing that's happened with this orange line is that we've updated to reflect our two most recent bargaining proposals. One to our licensed association, which is a 3.5% raise each year for 2 years, and one to our classified association, which is 4% each year for 2 years. And then both had a few other elements of the proposal that are reflected here. So what we're now looking at is a very strong signal of where we're headed. When I came to you in August, I said, I can't tell you the size of the gap yet. Now we can tell you the size of the minimum gap. And that we're going to have a $38 million structural deficit at the end of next school year. That $38 million will only go away by reduction. It's the only option we have at this point. There is no pot of money. There is no magical solution. There is no bailout. We are going to have to be so smart and thorough and collaborative and transparent about how we reduce our budgets to match our revenue. And so when we say as a school district, there are limits to how much we can offer at the bargaining table right now, I don't know how to be more clear than to show this and say, these are very real limits. There is absolutely no version in which any of us would produce a graph like this, except to say we have hard work to do together. And we'll do it. We will. But this is a story of a moment in time in which we are going to have to pull together and be so transparent and smart and make these decisions. There is an important statewide aspect to this that I absolutely must mention. It is not a solution for us this year, but it is important for everyone who's watching to know. Salem-Keizer has slightly fewer students than Portland Public Schools and slightly more than Beaverton. We have more diverse students and we serve a community with greater poverty. But we have $115 million less in local funding than Portland. That's $2,000 per student. They have a few more students, but basically they serve students with less poverty, fewer needs, and $115 million more than we have. With that $115 million, they hire 800 educators. We don't have the funding source that Portland has. And I pause here only to say, this is a fundamental equity issue in the way schools are funded in our state. We cannot fix this in time to address this gap, but it is the underlying contributing issue in part to the situation that we're in. Okay, so let's look at this chart in a couple more ways. We've looked at the orange line and how we've adjusted it to reflect COVID relief. We've adjusted to reflect savings and vacancies, and we've adjusted to reflect our most recent offer to our two associations. And what you'll see here is that there is still a significant gap. It's not just that our ending fund balance ends up at a negative 38, which is an actual possibility. It's that we're still spending more than we bring in. And if we layer other funding sources onto this, which we have done, the situation does not get better. In fact, there's a point at which it marginally gets worse. But for now, this tells 95% of the story of what we face as a district. There's more to say here, but for now, I just wish to close with this single chart and one single message. No one here lacks the desire to compensate our staff more fully. There is not a single shred of absence of desire. What there is an inescapable economic reality that our district cannot afford to do everything that we wish we could do. So we will do everything that we can responsibly do because our staff are the magic of our system. And this budget, nonetheless, is our responsibility. I'm going to ask us to move to the next slide where we're going to look at a few scenarios. I'm going to orient you to these scenarios, just this chart first, before we talk about them in more detail. So what we're presenting here is a matrix, and you can see that on the left side, going up and down, are across-the-board salary increases that are costed out to match our licensed association. So the left axis, the vertical axis, represents our licensed staff. The top axis, the horizontal one, same thing, but that's for our classified staff. And each increment, each gray box is a percentage offer for across-the-board multi-year offers. So we can look at this in a very simple early way. If you look at the light pink box that says 38 million, that is the deficit that will result from the offer we have already put on the table, which is 4% for our classified staff for each of 2 years, and 3.5% for our licensed staff for each of 2 years. So with the offer we've already put on the table, we know that what we're looking at is a $38 million general fund deficit at the end of next year. If you connect the two fives together, and you see that slightly darker pink box, that's 48 million. If we were to offer fives across the board, just as to represent the pace at which our deficit grows, then we'd be looking at a $48 million gap. You can follow this same logic down, and I would like to ask you to follow it to the furthest right corner. If we fulfilled the 2 counter proposals that our associations have requested of us, this is just for the across the board increases, not every aspect of monetary, but if we fulfilled the 2 across the board increases, we would have a $117 million gap next year. We offer this to the board and to everyone who's viewing to say, this is not an absence of will. This is not an absence of dedication. This is not about values or priorities. Every single box on this chart is a deepening of the general fund deficit we have already accepted. And this is why it is so important to be able to come into each bargaining session and into mediation with our licensed professionals, knowing and sharing the full realities of our situation. This paints the general picture of where we are financially for this year, based on what we've offered, and some scenarios for where it could go. On the $117 million, I will pause to say that I do not believe that we can cut that much from our system. I don't believe that we could run a 5-day school year or 5-day week in a full school year with $117 million in reductions. Just to offer an order of magnitude level observation about how quickly these numbers escalate. But we can find solutions. And that's what we'll be doing with the board and with our associations over the coming months. I'd like to shift over and talk a little bit about how we're going to start tackling the reductions, because we cannot wait for bargaining to complete. We already know enough to know that we need to start taking action now, and the first steps are about planning. Can you advance to the next slide? So we already completed box 1, August and September, a focus on opening of schools, and it was amazing. This was the best opening I have ever seen in a school system of our size. We have scheduled first round community engagement sessions in late October and the first week in November, and we'll begin pushing out invitations. There'll be one in every feeder pattern. They'll be held at the high schools. In those sessions, we're going to talk about the priorities that the board has already established for the district. And then we're going to welcome parents and community members and everyone who wishes to attend to talk about the services that can make those priorities successful. In that same period, we're going to start shaping first round proposals for how to move forward against that $38 million gap next year. These first round proposals are going to be shaping the reductions that are likely for next year. Our goal is to bring forth a significant proposal that will take that 38 and knock that number pretty far down before we ask our community to engage. And in the first round, we're going to be focusing on reductions that do not touch students in classrooms. I believe we share this priority with our community, with our students, with our staff. the first round reductions in a scenario like this should start with the district, and it will. We will not be able to close the full 38 though. And so in the fall and winter, we'll start second round communications and start shaping the second chunk of the reductions that we'll have to make. As we start into the winter and spring, I am very hopeful that bargaining will be complete and we'll know the size of the gap, because that is a critical missing variable in the second round of reductions. We need to get this done in the spring so that our schools have got a very clear path forward, so that staff understand what's happening in their buildings and with their roles. And we need to make sure that the plans for our 24-25 school year are really responsive and done in time to allow everybody to go off into summer with certainty and return in September with confidence. This is the responsibility, but also the profound privilege of working in schools. We build this path to serve our students and to support our staff. We build it with whatever resources we have, and we make the best decisions that we possibly can. It is also what we must do to take care of our schools, our students, and our staff over the coming months. And so we will. I'm going to pause here because that was a very long explanation, and turn it over to the chairwoman and invite any questions that you may have.
Thank you, Superintendent Castañeda. We have questions from folks. Director Hudson.
Thank you. I do want to thank you for opening it to the community, as you mentioned, for responses and so on. I believe that I think it's a reiteration of the fact that it is more important than we understand, that most of us remember that have been, to unify and to have all hands on deck, coming up with any ideas and resources that we might have, again, to help. We're all here for the children, and our teachers have endured and sacrificed for a long time for the sake of our children. So it's too important of a conversation to not have openly with the community. So just thanks again for reiterating that. Of course, I always have an ongoing running list of questions, but I'm sure other folks would like an opportunity to speak as well. And we'll just continue as we have with this conversation. And thank you for saying that.
Thanks, Dr. Hudson. Dr. Chandragiri.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you, Superintendent Castaneda. I really appreciate this transparent explanation, and so that clear clarity with which you have laid out and explained it to our community. This is a lot of heavy stuff, and it's important, as we are coming out of this COVID and everybody is kind of hurting, that we really, all of us in this community and everywhere, together recognize the amazing role our teachers and staff have played. I've seen it during the COVID pandemic, during the time everything was closed. And it's heavy, it's difficult, but it will also give all of us a chance to kind of absorb and try to understand it, just like we would run our own family. If, for some reason the finances are such, then we try to give some time to absorb and process it. Teachers are our family. It is like some of their children come to our school. There's nothing separate about teachers and staff. They are us, we are them. So they are our community. And, we have respectful relationship, and they are our neighbors. They are our brothers and sisters and children. So I think it's going to take some time to absorb all that. But I think in the end, I respect your transparency and honesty and clarity. So it gives everybody a chance to look at the picture and say, just like in a family, how we take decisions and we'll all kind of work together. You can be assured of my support in this, and whatever way in which we can do our part, we will continue to work with our community and help them that in this we should all be together and help tide through this extremely difficult financial challenges. It's not anybody's making, but that's the reality we are dealing with. So thank you for taking time and explaining this concept, really complex concept, in such clarity.
I'll allow for others if there are questions or reflections. Superintendent Castañeda, did you have something else to add or say? I wasn't sure if it was a pause or if there was.
No, that's the conclusion of the presentation. So I have nothing else that I want to present, but I do want to share my extreme appreciation for so many people who have caught me on the street, caught me in hallways and ball games, and asked questions and shared thoughts. This is, as Dr. Chandragir said, this is an issue that is going to impact many of us. And every single time that somebody shares, I learn something from them. And occasionally I have a chance to share something, but mostly I learn from them. And so we'll keep showing up with more information. We'll keep updating the public and the board. And as we start to turn the corner and find the solutions, we'll celebrate those together.
Thank you. I see Second Vice Chair Carson Cunningham.
Thank you, Chair. I just want to say thank you to the superintendent for raising some of the longer term problems around, you know, the situation that our district finds itself in related to inequitable funding from a state perspective. Because I think as we've learned more about our budget challenges right now, it's really highlighting that the way that public schools are funded in Oregon really isn't through like a full equity lens analysis, given that different areas have local funding levy options and we don't. And so it leaves our kids really at a disadvantage here. And I think it will be incumbent upon all of us to advocate very strongly in the coming years. I know it doesn't solve our issues in the immediate term because we already have basically our biennial budget from the legislature. So the next time we can really strongly advocate won't be until that next long session, even though we have to approve a budget, you know, every year. So I just call on my fellow board members to really like band together and figure out how we can do some legislative advocacy to raise the issues that our district faces. And I appreciate you raising it here tonight, Superintendent, because I think the community as a whole, I don't believe is aware of some of those factors that really impact our district in ways that other large districts are not impacted. Not to say they don't have their own challenges, but I think, you know, the money just doesn't exist like it does where there's a local levy option to fill in whatever gap comes from our state funding. And so, you know, where Portland Public might find itself in a similar situation where the state funding isn't going to make up everything they need to meet all the increases that they may want to do, we don't have that lever to pull. And so it's just really hard. And I think our kids deserve better, and we're going to have to really work hard to make sure that they get everything that they need to succeed here in the Mid-Valley. And then, I just want to reiterate, what the superintendent said, that we all want to give our staff everything they need and deserve. So it's not, and we all want that. But we also have a responsibility to be to pass budgets that are sustainable. So it's just a really hard place to be in, but I really appreciate all of our district staff and educators. Every time I visit a school, I'm blown away by you, and you're amazing. So it's a hard night.
Director Carson Cottingham, yes to everything you said. And I'll even just go a little bit further and say that while the advocacy will not solve the problem that's immediately before us, the moment immediately before us is the right time to start the advocacy. Because it is when this moment and the inequity of it is going to be most alive in people's minds. And I look forward to every opportunity to collaborate with our local delegation, with our board, with state policymakers to seriously review this particular dimension of our state funding formula and its likely systematic adverse impact on a certain kind of district like Salem-Keizer.
Definitely. Director Chandragiri.
Thank you very much, Chair Carson Cardigan. I really appreciate that. And I know OSBA is going around everywhere and it's a listening session. I suppose they will also come to Salem, where our communities can go and voice. And I hope through OSBA and Legislative Policy Committee and the community that comes, I really urge that the next roundabout, they fund the education system first to the brim and then start focusing on other kind of funding. Because one of the things I realize is often the education gets left out a little bit later. So then it's a matter of, is there dollars and cents available in a timely manner? Or the second possibility is, if there is enough community coming and meeting OSBA, and if there is a way to advocate it, if there is an interim session, they can have an interim funding plan, because our communities are hurting after our teachers are hurting. So is that a possibility for OSBA or Legislative Policy Committee to bring it up and say, can there be a short-term interim funding for our Salem-Keizer? And also next go around, fund the education fully, and then start seeing what else program they can allocate.
Thank you. I want to acknowledge the heaviness and appreciate Superintendent Castañeda, your directness and just clarity into this message. I know as a board we have seen this. This is not the first time, and it's been in parts and pieces of in the picture, as you mentioned, has it's like when you're trying to focus that camera, you can kind of see what's in that lens and it's not quite there. And I know that we're not quite at 100% clarity, but we have a much better image of what is in front of us. And that is difficult to hold. I will say for myself as a mother of children in the district, right, who my children are educated by our very own educators, and I want their teachers to be happy, to be healthy, to feel cared for, because I know that impacts how they show up in the classroom for my kids as well. Educators are my neighbors, my siblings, my cousins, they are family. And it is in me and in my values and my strong desire absolutely to, I recognize, right, that they earn every dollar and deserve much more. And of course, in this role and with the responsibility of a budget our size and the responsibility of a district our size, those are two truths to balance, and it's heavy. And I want to uplift, this message that there is although it won't solve our issues right now, this continued advocacy is important, because it is no secret to anyone that public education has been underfunded, continues to be underfunded, and that there are no equitable or fair, distributions of funds for each of the students in our district, and therefore for our educators. So I, more than anything, just want to appreciate also the words of my fellow board members in the solidarity. The solidarity is going to be really important. It is important, and it's like any relationship, right? Sometimes things are a little troublesome. Sometimes there's a little bit of friction. Sometimes, there's more conversations to be had and questions to be asked and meaning making. But we are in this together. I strongly believe that we will learn and come out stronger on the other end. We are one board, we are one body as a board, and we are one district together. We are the community of Salem-Keizer. And although I feel this heaviness, I also feel this gratitude to be at this virtual table tonight with folks who care deeply about students and who care deeply about educators and about our people. So yeah, onward and forward, I think, is how we close this evening off tonight. So thank you all.
Thank you.
Anything else? With that, we'll go ahead and adjourn our meeting tonight, 7:42.
For more videos and information, go to capitalcommunitymedia.org and follow us on social media.